Let's talk about some of the frustrations that every agent feels. I'm Dominique, and I'm a senior consultant at iHouse Web, and we help realtors and offices with getting their visibility online and really maximizing their website. And I speak with a lot of agents, and there's a lot of common frustrations across the board. You're working hard, you know your market, you're posting on social media, but when a buyer goes and searches on Google for a home, they're not able to find you. You know what they're usually seeing first? Zillow, Realtor, Homes.com, not you. And a lot of agents think that that means that those portals are actually cheating the system. But that's not actually what's happening. Google isn't trying to hide you. It actually really wants to find you, but you're missing all of the data on there and you're probably relying on one source. Maybe that's your social media, maybe that's paid ads. But right now, those giant portals have built enough authority. So, how do you compete? Smart agents are doing things differently and they're not just relying on portals to get business. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you find this information helpful, hit that subscribe button so I can continue to make more free courses and trainings just like this one. Now let's get into it.
Buyers are already using AI to ask things like who's the best real estate agent in Sacramento, in Georgia, wherever area you are. I'm in Sacramento, but who's the top realtor for luxury homes? Who is the best agent near me? Those are the questions that are happening right now. These are the questions that a lot of agents are asking. How do I show up in these type of searches? But here's the part that a lot of agents really don't realize. AI is not just going to magically know where you are. Very important that you're implementing tools that you're actually going to use. AI is not going to magically know who you are. It's not psychic. It's not a mind reader. It's not going to interact with you like a human. It is a very fast researcher. It's an assistant. It's a guide. It's there to help you. It's not there to replace you. And if there's nothing online about you, well, you basically do not exist, unfortunately. And that's not what you want, right? What happens when AI can't recommend you? Well, that means right now that there are basically thousands of agents that are basically invisible to AI. So it's not because they are not utilizing certain tools, it's just because they're not optimizing them, they're not functional, or they are relying too much on the AI. So today I want to break this down in a very simple way because once you understand this, then the strategy just really becomes a lot more obvious. Here's the easiest way for me to explain it. Imagine that you were invited to a talk show. Host has no bio on you, no background, no accomplishments. You got nothing posted. So what is it supposed to say about you? It can't introduce you. That's not exactly how AI works. AI pulls from existing information. That means content. That means websites. That means reviews. That means articles, local guides. That means structured data, meaning how are things optimized on the site? How do you have the content built onto the site? If you don't have those things, then the AI is simply just going to skip you because you know who it's going to recommend in your place? That's right. You know who it's going to recommend. Zillow. It's going to recommend some of these larger platforms. Zillow. We've got Realtor. You know who they are. Homes. Okay, Redfin, or the agent in your market who actually went out and invested in building an online presence. And this is why I tell agents all the time, your website is basically your digital presence. It's your resume for AI. Yes, you want to use social media and you want to pull in, you want to build a brand online that connects with your audience, but you want to make sure that those leads are going to an optimized site. Also, without it, the AI bot has nothing to read. Remember, it's not a human. So here is where I think a lot of agents get really confused. Okay. They're going, I'm active, right? I'm active on Instagram. I post on Facebook. I'm doing everything that I should be doing, right? I post on TikTok. That's great, guys. That's great. Social media absolutely does work, but it serves a completely different purpose than your actual website. Social media is attention based. It takes a really long time to build up your brand on social media. If you connect with some of the biggest social media or realtors who have had success in social media, it took them at least a year to get their first listing. So it takes time to actually build up social media. It is like a billboard. You do want to do it. I love social media. Go ahead and follow me online, IG. But it keeps you on top of mind with people. It keeps you in front, and you can get lots of traffic once you build it up. But AI search tools rarely crawl into the social media feed for authority, but they pull it in. So if you have that, the more you have, the better. Most of that content is hidden behind algorithms, logins, private networks. But your website, on the other hand, that is intention based. So that is huge, okay? Because that's where buyers and sellers are going when they look online. All right, they're asking when someone's looking for who is the best agent for luxury condos downtown. The AI is not going to go and search the Instagram reels. Okay, it's looking for websites that have this data, that are structured correctly, that have local authority. Remember reviews. Remember they have neighborhood expertise. You're talking about what's going on in the area, what events are going on. You have long form content on here, stuff that's unique to you. This is huge. This is important, guys. Now, I like to explain it like this. Social media makes you a personality. Your website makes you the authority. This is your brand. It's your personal space. You don't want to be renting space. You don't want to be renting leads. This is your space in 2026. So AI recommends authority. So make your website the authority in that space. Now, let's talk about something that agents feel, but they're not always realizing. And this is something that we call the Zillow tax. Okay. This Zillow tax here, guys, let me make that red. A lot of agents don't realize that, or actually, they believe that they're showing up online. But you actually look like very, very closely. You're showing up on somebody else's platform. You're building their brand. How does that help you? Well, it actually doesn't. So remember, we talked about Zillow, we talked about Realtor, we talked about Homes.com. All of those platforms are really, really powerful. But here's the trade-off. You don't own any of that audience. You're renting it, you're paying for visibility on someone's land. You all already know everything that's been going on with Zillow. The moment you stop paying for that exposure on Zillow, that exposure disappears. That's why I always ask agents, if you were to turn off your ad spend tomorrow, would people still find you online? Or would your business disappear overnight? Right? Maybe you're saying I work mostly referrals, but referrals also take time to build. I knew a guy who didn't get his first referral from his client until 10 years later. Okay, so it takes time to build referral. Remember, the goal here is not just traffic. The goal is owning your space. That's digital equity. There are platforms that are saying you can own a piece of the space, like Real is one platform, but how much do you of that space do you actually own? If you leave, it's gone. Okay. So you want something that grows over time, that's actually going to present you in front of your market. A lot of the sites that I see with Real that I've transitioned over actually don't have those hyper local safe search pages out that built that you need to get in front of your market. So you want something that you actually own, because here's the interesting thing part about AI. You're not competing against it. First of all, you know, why would you want to? You want it to work alongside you. You feed AI. You give it information. AI tools like ChatGPT, like AI Gemini, they love organized data. So they love things like they love, you know, clear service areas. They love neighborhood guides, remember? They love when you are the local authority. Become the local authority in your space. That is how you compete with Zillow. That is how you compete with those larger portals. You know, you want to have market insights on there. That's the kind of content that AI really loves. And third, you really want to think long term, guys, okay? Because a good website compounds. Say it with me. A good website compounds. That means it grows stronger over time, y'all. Now, unlike ads, when the budget stops, the lead stops, and that traffic disappears the moment that you stop paying. So, the end of the day, AI is not about replacing you. I know there's a lot of CRMs out there that have a lot of really cool bells and whistles and things like that. But is it something that you actually need? Is it something that you're going to use and you want to pay $1,500 a month for that? Because remember, the client still does want to talk to you. I know this is about being efficient and speeding up and kind of weeding through which clients are essentially worth your time and qualifying. But remember, you don't want the AI to take the place of you. Okay, it's changing how people are able to find you, how you're able to get traffic to you, qualified traffic that comes to you, and actually narrow your market. Because this isn't just building visibility, this is about building your digital authority. If you want help reviewing your website or figuring out if it's AI ready, then you need to go ahead and book your appointment. You can click schedule a demo and you can go ahead and book your appointment right here. Now, you can also scroll down and get your free mini guide where all you'll do is put your name, email, phone number, and that is an excellent way for you to get started, guys, because you can book your strategy session right now. We'll look at your current setup and then show you exactly where you can improve. And if you found this information helpful, go ahead and click that subscribe button so I can continue to make more free courses and trainings just like this one.